So is this the Android box that's designed to actually compete with a Mi Box, Fire Stick, Fire TV, some of the mid-tier budget Android boxes, guys? Today we're taking a look at the Beelink. This is a GT Mini, and this one is a pretty cool Android box. So it is very small, and you can see that when I get out of the box. But let's take a look at some of the specifications of this box. So it does come with an S905 X2 quad-core processor. This is a Cortex AR53, HDMI 2.0, and it does support playback at 4K at 60 frames per second. As far as the internal storage and memory, we do have 64 gigs of internal storage, 4 gigs of RAM, does have gigabit Ethernet. And as far as the operating system, comes with Android 8.1. This is Oreo. It does support dual band Wi-Fi, of course, 2.4 as well as 5 gigahertz. And this one was sent out to me by GearBest, so big shout out to them. So in this video, we're going to do a quick unboxing, take a look at the device itself. We're going to get it all set up. We're going to test it. We're going to do some benchmarking, some gaming, play some 4K videos, and just see how it performs overall. So let's go ahead and jump in. Alright, so here's the box itself. Put this to the side for now. You have your charging brick. You have an HDMI cable. This is your standard, about 3 to 4 feet. And you do have the remote control. Now, not sure what's going on. Let's go ahead and pop it open.
A few moments later.
Alright, so this was the actual dongle. So this gives you guys a better connection. Essentially, when you see a dongle like this, guys, means that the remote control is Bluetooth versus IR, which gives you a better connection. That way you don't have to point directly at the device when you're looking to control it. So nice that this is a Bluetooth receiver. So since we have this open, it does need 2 AAA batteries, not included. So pretty good looking remote, guys. So power button up here. You do have your LED indicator. Home. You do have a pointer. Not sure if this is the air mouse or if it's just a mouse that you have to navigate, but we'll check that out. It does have the navigational keys, okay, in the middle. Back, you have your menu, page up, page down, volume up, volume down, delete, your mute button, and in the middle you do have your voice button for your voice command. So we're going to check that out as well when we get into the operating system. Now this box is freaking tiny, and just to give you guys an idea of how small this is your typical Fire Stick 2nd generation. You can see it's a lot longer than this box is, diagonally about the same, but this is a very tiny device. So here's a logo, Beelink. So on the front you do have an LED indicator. You do have your SD slot on the side, 1 USB 3 port, 1 USB 2. On the back you do have your headphone jack, you do have your gigabit Ethernet port, HDMI out, and on the back you do have a serial number. Look like there's a reset button right here. You do have some vent holes, nice and red, and these right here, you guys can see it, not two-sided tape. I was hoping it was, but this is actually just a rubber leg to have this guy stand on. Gives it a sturdy stand when it is standing on the desk, doesn't slide around. So let's go ahead and power it up, and let's jump over to the interface. All right, so let's go ahead and boot it up, guys. So here we are in the interface. As you guys can see, this is the typical Android TV interface, what you guys are used on the Mi Box or the NVIDIA Shield. So nice and smooth. I am using the remote controller that actually came with the system, and you can see how fluid that looks. Now this remote does have the pointer on it. This is me moving it around. Works pretty well. However, in some apps like Netflix, for instance, if I click certain things, it won't work. You will have to use the regular navigation button to work with that. So hopefully that changes on a future update. So let's go ahead and test a couple things out. So first thing, let's check out the Google Voice Assistant. So what's the weather like in Portland, Oregon?
Right now in Portland, it's 60 and mostly cloudy. Today, it will be partly cloudy with a forecasted high of 75 and a low of 55.
Let's go ahead and try something else. Play Luke Cage on Netflix. Alright, so look like that one is taking a while. Let's try something else. Open Netflix. Some things work better than others. Let's try something else. Download Kody from the Play Store. All right, so that actually brought up a bunch of YouTube videos, not exactly what we're looking for. Download Kody from the Play Store.
Here's Kody on the Google Play Store.
So that actually worked pretty well. Let's go ahead and install it. This is one of the apps that I need to play with and test out. So we'll let that go ahead and install in the background. So let's go over to our settings. I am connected to the Wi-Fi. Let's go to About. All right, so device name. Here's the model. The version of Android is 8.1. That's Oreo. Last security patch and some pertinent information about the actual device. So here are the apps, guys. I did install Netflix, Plex, Puffin, FileLink, Kody, Silo Launcher, Analytics, and these two games at the bottom, which I will be demonstrating later. But besides that, those are the few apps that actually came built in. You do have the update and backup right there. Let's go ahead and get out. So let's go ahead and do a benchmark. So here we are with the results. You can see our single core score was a 748. Our multi-core score was a 2244. So I'm just going to do a quick comparison. Mi Box S as well as the Beelink. Both devices are very similar in my opinion. They're similar in style, similar in price, similar in features. And if you guys want to base something off something similar, that's the closest match in my opinion. Now when we dig down a little bit more, a lot of different details in there, and if you guys want to go ahead and just pause it to take it all in, feel free to do so. Now that we got that out of the way, let's try to play some 4K videos. These are inserted via USB. Let's go ahead and go to apps. We're going to go to the movie player, and I could use Kody as well. So I will be putting the resolutions on the bottom where you guys can check them out. Both of them are in 4K. Let's start with the Phantom. Just going to skip ahead. So plays beautifully, guys. You can see skip ahead, no issues buffering. Let's go ahead and do that again. Let's move forward again. And that's just like butter, guys. Very smooth. So that video is about a year ago, and what I'll do is I'll try to do another flyby. The neighborhood that you're looking at is fully developed right now. So skip ahead some more. And I love the interface on this player, guys. It works very well. You can see I'm able to skip ahead, and it's smooth as butter. Awesome. And let's go to the wildlife in 4K. All right, that one plays well. So no issues playing the 4K videos, and like I said, this is a USB that's plugged in. Now we are going to try this on YouTube as well, but before I do that, I want to go ahead and do a speed test. I want to see what kind of speeds we're getting. I am connected via Wi-Fi. I am paying for 100 megabits per second, so we're going to see how close we're going to get to that speed. I am going to launch my favorite Wi-Fi tester, Analytics. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to do another test, quick test. All right, so this one is plugged in via Ethernet, and you can see the difference, guys. So this one, I'm getting over 110 megabits per second. When I was on Wi-Fi, however, I was getting 20, 30, which was still enough to actually get the 4K video up and running. So what I'm taking from this is that the actual Wi-Fi adapter inside is not well positioned. What I'll do is I'll play with a couple more locations just to see if I can get better speeds off Wi-Fi, and I'll go ahead and post it. Let's head over to YouTube. We're going to check out a couple 4K videos, and in the process we are going to check out the YouTube apps, guys. So all right, so beautiful scenery here. Looks beautiful. Let's go ahead and check out the quality. We're going to hit the three dots, click on it. You can see that's 2160p, which is 4K. Back on out. And you can see that has no issues, guys. Looks beautiful. We'll try one more, then we'll get out of here. And that one as well, no issues playing. So Netflix is another application that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, especially on these Android TV boxes. So let's go ahead and launch it. All right, we're just gonna start something random. I'll go ahead and blur it out just to avoid copyright issues. We'll go ahead and play that. And see that plays with no issues. Play that as well. So no issues playing Netflix. And if you guys have any particular requests, just let me know and I'll go ahead and test it out for you on this box. Now here's my Plex. Big fan of Plex as always. Go to my movies. All right, so it looks beautiful there, guys. All right, so looking good. I did go ahead and connect these accounts. So the only other thing left to do is check out the gaming on this Android box. So I do have 2 games downloaded, and let's go ahead and test it out, see how it looks, and then I'll come back with my final thoughts. Now gaming on this Android box was no issues at all. Now I threw a couple games at it, didn't have any hiccups, didn't have any stuttering, smooth as butter, and I was even able to connect my GameSeer G4 controller to this Android box and it worked flawlessly for some of the games, not for all of them. So for this one, for instance, this is Asphalt 8, was able to connect the controller, no issues, all the buttons were pre-mapped and everything was ready to go, and that's why I ended up winning this particular game. Now Dead Trigger 3 was a different story. Very hard time mapping the keys and the buttons to my GameSeer G4, so I ended up having to use a keyboard. But as far as the graphics in this box actually handling this game, no issues at all. In that sense, the control was the biggest obstacle. As far as handling the games, as far as the processing power, as far as the graphics, everything was on point. And I would definitely recommend this Android box for some light gaming. So this was a quick look at the Beelink GT Mini A. This was a very cool Android box, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of internal storage. It does have the Android TV operating system and it does have dual band Wi-Fi at 2.4 as well as 5 gigahertz. Now this is not a comparison video, but the closest device to this that I can think of is the Mi Box. So in comparison, the controls are a lot better than the Mi Box. You do have the air mouse function on the controller, which I do think comes in handy. The controller itself is very nice, very sleek, a very good looking controller if I do say so myself. Another contrast between the Mi Box is that this does have an Ethernet port available. Now this is big if you guys have Wi-Fi issues, if you're far away from your device, you have to run wires, you do have that option available to you. So this is $73 on Gearbest. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description where you can pick it up. If I come across any coupon codes, I'll go ahead and include those in the description as well. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.